Hey everybody, and welcome back to the second part of this bonus episode where we go through all the characters' magic spells. Now, Lucent Beam is another attack spell that the girl has. The only light-based attack spell in the game. A Lucid Barrier is a great spell because it will make your characters impervious to weapon attacks. And of course, Lightsaber adds the light element to your weapon, so it makes dark enemies take more damage. Alright, remember that only the girl has light-based spells, and only the sprite has dark-based spells. Now the first spell we have here is Dispel Magic. Now Dispel Magic will eliminate any positive status effects that an enemy may have cast upon itself, and I'll show that again in a second once he's done casting Ice Saber on himself. You see he's got a blue sword, which signifies he's all iced up, and now he doesn't. Alright, and I'm going to use Dark Force on the Kimono Wizard here. And that basically just summons a bunch of little dark energy balls and makes a dark explosion. There's not much else you can say about it. Now, Evil Gate, I don't know. That spell kind of escapes me. It doesn't do very much damage at all, and it costs a ton of MP. So I don't really know what the point of using it is. All right, moving on to the Dryad. If you use Sleep Flower, which we've had used on us many times already, it puts the enemy to sleep. And Burst causes a little explosion. And there you go. Now, when enemies use that spell, oh, there's a treasure chest, I want it. When enemies use that spell, they tend to self-destruct. That's not the case when the sprite uses it. It's just like the explosion magic spell, except it's Dryad based. So there you go. The girl's spells with Dryad Wall is the same kind of effect as Lucid Barrier, except it reflects magic spells. And of course, Revivify, is like a couple wishes. If one of your party members is dead, it will revive them. So that's very nice to have. Now, Moon Magic is probably the weirdest magic set to use, and probably the least used, I would say. Oops, and you see I repelled the magic. So, what Lightsaber or what Moon Saber does is if you attack with a weapon that has Lightsaber or Moon Saber on it, it'll take damage, the damage you do, and it'll heal you with it, just kind of like the energy absorb spell. Now, Lunar Boost, it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing in a way, because it'll increase your attack, but it'll lower your evade. So use that sparingly. Moon Energy, you know, I'm not sure what that does. I don't think I've ever used it. I'm gonna check to see what it says. Yeah, okay, so it raises critical hit percentage, which is nice, I guess, but not a great deal of effect. And I've already shown off the lunar magic from the sprite before, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. Change form. Let's do it on this tsunami over here. Just as the name says, or you could figure from it, it'll change the form of the enemy. However, all its stats will remain the same. Lunar magic is a catch-22. If you cast it, there's no telling what could happen. Burnt Out, obviously, all his stats go down. Let's use it on this Turtle Lance. And as you can see, we used it, and we're all pygmies now. So it's kind of a big game of chance. You could get something really nice from it, like we did with the first time we cast it, or you could get something pretty crummy, like we just did there. And of course, the final spell we're going to show off is Magic Absorb. Like Energy Absorb, will absorb magic power from your enemies. And that is pretty much it. That's pretty much all the magic spells that you can get. Now I should mention that if you noticed when we checked the girls' magic levels before, some of these have extra experience on them, even though they're already at level 8. You can raise your magic levels to level 8 plus 99%. Like 99 is as high as it will go. It won't go to level 9, but you can get it past level 8. Now the reason you would want to do that, there isn't a reason really. It doesn't make any difference except for the fact that sometimes when you cast a spell, if you've got extra experience past level 8, it'll change the effect, not the effect of the spell, but it'll change the look and the style of it. And that happened a few times in the final episodes when we were in the Mana Fortress. And not everybody, not every spell it'll do that for. Spells that I've noticed it for were Earth Slide, Gem Missile, Freeze, spells like Exploder, Dark Force, Lucent Beam. So not every spell is gonna do that, but a lot of them do, and it's kind of neat. So experiment, check it out. And I don't know if you guys can see that down at the bottom, but Elemental was misspelled, typo, unless there's a Elemental that I don't know what that means, but yeah. So there you go. Anyway, that's the end of this episode, this bonus episode. I may be recording a couple episodes showcasing the weapon attacks, like the charge attacks. I don't know, because there's a couple of weapons obviously that aren't fully charged, like the gloves and the axe. I wouldn't be able to do level 8, but yeah, let me know, say in the comments whether you want to see that or not, and I'll get on it. But for right now, Secret of Mana, Let's Play Secret of Mana is officially done. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.